When I'm not truly crossing the bromance line with some of these text messages I've been getting on Valentine's Day from my guy friends, I like to answer questions that I get on YouTube, so let's get to it. Why do you dislike Rob Thomas? Did you know that Rob Thomas was born on Valentine's Day? I bet you didn't. That's why you come here. Why do I dislike Rob Thomas? I don't really have like a solid reason for disliking Rob Thomas. I just don't. And I think it comes down to, in my mind, he's like the face of adult contemporary music, which is probably my least favorite genre of music. So, again, it's not one thing that Rob Thomas did, and it's not even personal. He's like a symbol of like a greater cause for me, and that is just to overthrow the adult contemporary music scene. And he's the kingpin. I think once he falls, it's just like a domino thing. It kind of goes after him. So I got my eye on you, Rob Thomas. Is there a style of music you like to play, but don't really care to listen to? Kind of an interesting question, but I think I have an answer for you, and it is bluegrass music. I can't play stuff like without like having a smile on my face, but I really rarely ever listen to bluegrass music. Not to say that it's not good or that I dislike it. Like I know the Punch Brothers are out there. They've got some cool stuff, and I mean, there's countless great players, and it's like a cool kind of niche genre that a lot of like skilled players kind of gravitate towards. But I'm just never ever in the mood to listen to bluegrass music unless it's kind of like ironically for someone else's benefit. But as far as just kind of like getting down on fingerstyle bluegrass stuff is like it's fun to play at least. Question for next week: why do people write relict with an apostrophe? Would they write picnicked, mimicked, and panicked? Weird. Your videos rock, by the way. Yeah, like how stupid is that? Like I even kind of thought about how I was gonna type relict and just went with like how it was in the question. But it should obviously be ed and not apostrophe d. I have the same thing with mic'd. Like if you were to microphone something like as a verb, like M-I-C apostrophe ed just doesn't really make sense. So I don't know. I mean, far be it for me to be so presumptuous to rewrite the rules of English grammar, but we definitely got to do something about that apostrophe D. I really hope you upload all these tracks back to back in one video when it's all said and done, like a movie or something. So this is in relation to the cartoon that I've been posting one episode at a time. That was like the concept album from the album I released, which is finally done. Clocks in at exactly 40 minutes, which my main overarching goal was to have it kind of replace the length of one episode of NCIS New Orleans. So maybe take a break on that this week, put the whole thing up as one thing. I think later today I'm probably going to upload just one file that's the whole 40 minutes. So you can torture some people sitting through 40 minutes of pristine animation. But definitely I appreciate all the feedback that I've gotten on it thus far. And if you haven't checked it out, please do so and let me know what you think. Wow, every blues song, huh? Talk about a false title. You gotta learn how to play the guitar before you teach, dude. What a joke! You guessed it, we've arrived at our favorite segment, Salty Blues Player Comment of the Week. And this is a good one from Dean the Machine. I appreciate you writing in. I'm actually so upset because I had such an awesome blues comment that what happened was it was like in Spanish, which I don't really speak much Spanish at all. But I was like, oh, cool, like an international comment. How exciting. And then, so I got a Spanish comment, and then the very next second, like as I was going to like open Google Translate, I opened up the thing again, and the same guy had edited his comment into English to say, you're an asshole. And I wish to God I would have gotten the screenshots of those, but he edited them and they've been deleted. So we kind of missed out on a good Salty Blues comment of the week. But I'm happy that Dean the Machine was able to kind of pick up that torch and carry on the tradition. Can I add effects pedals to a ukulele? I know technically I could, but is it normal? I mean, it's not something I see a lot, but absolutely, by all means, go for it. And I think just effects pedals in general aren't meant just for guitars. You can do them for anything. A lot of people use different effects pedals on keyboards and stuff like that. Reamping, which maybe like you can record tracks and then send them back out through pedals. Something just kind of like my standpoint on pedals is just think of it as kind of like outboard gear as far as recording, and whatever you can put in to that input, manipulate. And that's like a really cool way to kind of get your own signature sound and stuff like that too. So absolutely, if your ukulele has one of those quarter-inch guitar outputs, throw it through your pedal board, see what happens, and just make some magic. So for listening homework this week, in honor of it being Valentine's Day week, I'm going to throw you to one of the great love songs of all time, Grounds for Divorce by Elbow. It is such an awesome, heavy song, and this is a great example of a song that doesn't need a lot of like distortion or like typical like heavy rock stuff in a mix just to make an awesome, heavy rock song. So definitely check that out, and check Elbow out in general, because they're an awesome band that, at least in the United States, isn't really that well known. I know overseas they're kind of bigger, but check them out. They got some really good music. And any questions or comments you might have, please hit me up in the comments on Twitter or Instagram or wherever, and I will get to you soon. Thanks a lot.